Hey everyone, Toys of Primus here, and today I will be reviewing the new Mer-Man from He-Man and the Masters of the Universe CGI animated Netflix series. This is my first Mer-Man ever. I don't have the vintage, I don't have Origins, I don't have Classics, and I don't have the one that came out for Revelations. So yeah, first Mer-Man ever. I really like his new redesign. He made him look more uh, more creature-like, I guess, in the face. Whereas, like, you know, the classic one, or Origins, he has more of like a fish face, which makes sense because he's a fish man. But this new one, he looks more monstrous, which I really dig. I really dig his new redesign for this CGI animated series. As you can see, that's what he looks like in the show on the upper left-hand corner of the package. I do feel like they could have used a bit more paint on the actual figure, though. Yeah. But he does come with an accessory there. It looks like some kind of squid. I'm not sure what that is. Some kind of squid creature that attaches to his arm. Or actually, more so around his, his forearm or his wrist there. And that's the only accessory he comes with. But I wonder if you can mix and match accessory, so I'm going to play around with that a bit. So let's open up Mer-Man from the Savage Eternia line. First, going over the articulation, the arms, forward and back. No elbow joints, so you cannot bend the elbows. He does turn at the wrist, so he has that. I'm going to go over this part last. Alright, so for the legs, forward, and back that much because of the way of the backside of this figure is sculpted, but it looks like you could kind of spread them out a bit. Maybe, yeah. See that? Have a little spread to them so you can give it a better balancing. No knee joints. Well, alright, so you can't bend the knees, but at the lower leg there, at that knee joint, you can rotate it. So it does rotate, but it does not bend. And going down to the feet, they rotate. His head is on a ball joint, but limited range of movement. But you can tell it's somewhat on a ball joint because you can move it a little bit up and a little bit, not really down, but back to his like neutral position. Right? Alright, so the waist. I thought this figure was going to have the same, like, you know, twist feature like most of the other figures in this line have, but he does not. Unless I have a faulty figure, he rotates normally at the waist. Yeah, he doesn't, like, snap back into place. He doesn't have that action feature. So I found that surprising. Alright, so let's take a look at the awesome detail on the rest of this guy. I think he looks great. Great redesign of a classic character. Right there. Go down to the legs. Some of the armor bits look really cool. Alright, and there's his belt. So he does have this accessory piece that attaches to either side of his arm, and my camera is not even focusing on it. 1 second. There we go. Okay. So yeah, this like squid creature thing with somewhat pliable plastic, but it feels very, what's the word? Is fragile the word? Flimsy? Fragile? Delicate? I'll just say be careful with this. It feels like it can break if you're not too careful with the tentacles on this accessory piece. So yeah, I would just say, yeah, be very careful with that. But yeah, you know, it could go over his right arm, or it can go over his left arm here. There we go. Yeah. And if you want, he still has like 2 open hands that are free to put weapons in. So let's see here. If you want, maybe, oops, moving the camera all over the place. Alright, so if you want, maybe take He-Man's power sword, right, and put that in his right hand, like so. Now you have Mer-Man with He-Man's sword, and he has another free hand, so maybe you can Put any other weapons in there, maybe the Havoc Staff, or maybe Evelyn's wand over there. Hold on, trying to get my camera to rotate. There it is. Evelyn's wand, or maybe Beastman's whip. Let's try Beastman's bone whip here. Maybe that could fit in Mer-Man's hand. Alright. So at this point, the review is pretty much done, but as sometimes I like to do in these videos, I like to experiment and see what other things I can do with these figures. It doesn't... Ooh, that doesn't stay good at all in his left hand. Let's remove this, see if we can readjust it. Yeah, okay, it can be... Oh, it can be readjusted a bit, but it might fall back over, yeah. So there you go, Mer-Man with He-Man's sword and Beastman's whip. And if you want, you could probably mix and match it with other weapons from other characters. Looks pretty cool. Let's see, some blast effect pieces, maybe. Let's remove this. Ugh. There we go. Take Beastman's blast effect piece and put it around Mer-Man's arm here. Oh, no, the gap for this blast effect piece is too big. So that's not going to go around. Yeah, it's not going to stay on his arm. Let's see, is there any other blast effect pieces from this line I can use? Maybe from this guy right here, Skeletor Reborn. Thank you, Skeletor. Let's take both of his effect pieces. Right. Alright, put him back there. Remove the sword. Alright, and these should fit. Sort of. Yeah, sort of, okay. And put this around his left arm, I believe. Cool. So you can use Skeletor Reborn effect pieces on Mer-Man, but not Beastman's effect piece there. And this, I'm not sure if there's any room for this on the figure. Trying to think, well, maybe around the leg? Maybe? No, because there's some armor bits on the leg that's kind of like... Yeah, it's not going to really fit too good around that ankle. That's where I was trying to put it. Maybe on the other side of this? Maybe we can try to see if I could do something cool here. Hold on, I got an idea. Okay, put this on this side, right? And then, there goes the other effect piece. And then put this on this side. I'm not sure if this is going to work. Sort of. Yeah, there we go. Cool. So how cool does that look? Look like he's kind of like shooting like havoc energy out of his hands there. So that works. You can do it that way. And of course, the other effect piece that keeps falling off every time I move Skeletor Reborn. Or maybe any other figure I put this on. So this is... It's not going to... Okay, there we go. It requires some readjusting, but you can make it work. There we go. Mer-Man. Custom Mer-Man. Alright guys, so this completes my review for Mer-Man from He-Man and the Masters of the Universe CGI animated Netflix series. I think he's a great redesign of a classic character. He only comes with one accessory, but you can put other weapons in his hands or put other like effect pieces over his wrist there to make him look even better. Alright, and yeah, I'm not surprised by the limited amount of articulation, like no elbow joints, so you can't bend the elbows and you can't bend the knees, but they do turn. But that's come to be expected from this line. they go back and forth with the articulation. It's kind of a bit of all over the place sometimes. And he doesn't have that that classic action feature. So you can just turn him normally at the waist. Alright, and once again, this is labeled under the Savage Eternia line. Get the box. Or I'll just take out the insert in the box. Yeah. So if you see that on the package, they are fairly new. I know they made like a Hordak under this line, which I do have. That will be my next review. And I think they made a new He-Man and a new Skeletor under this Savage Eternia line. But yeah, I love his new redesign in the show. I like that he looks more creature-like instead of more fish-like. I think he looks really great. My personal opinion, I do feel like they could have used a bit more paint, but this is a kid's line from Mattel, so, you know, you can't expect too much. Would I recommend him? Sure. If you are a completionist, or if you like Mer-Man, but yeah, I would say he's definitely a worthy purchase. If you don't mind the articulation, of course, if you understand that this is a kid's line. Alright, thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next review, which will probably be for Hordak from this toy line of He-Man and the Masters of the Universe CGI animated Netflix series. I'm not sure what other reviews I would like to move on to next. I know a bunch of new toys just recently dropped online at like places like Target and Amazon. I'm just thinking, there's so much that I would love to add to my collection, but some of these new figures that are selling are a little bit expensive, so you know, it might take me a few weeks or months, because I'm starting to get into the habit of waiting till figures drop in price now. Alright, but anyways, thank you for watching. This is Toys of Primus, and stay awesome.